After time away at school and a couple of years travelling overseas, I returned home in the early 1960s. The situation in wine then was pretty basic. Limited electricity use, certainly no refrigeration, no stainless steel, no new oak, was all old barrels, no fermentation controls whatsoever. In the vineyard, hand harvesting, we had horses and drays. A lot of the, well, I think we were just starting to move into tractors in the vineyard at that stage, but things were very, very basic. Wines were not sold in cartons, though most of our wine sales were sold in barrels, which of course were very hard, and we took them down to the station and loaded them on. We used to go down with a horse and dray, load them into a rail truck and off we went to Melbourne. This is bulk wine selling in casks. So things are just so different today to what they were years ago. Things like pH meters. I never heard of a pH meter. A lot of our testing, so we could test total sulfur. As far as I was concerned, free sulfur, never heard of it. So as you can see, when we arrived home when I arrived home in 1960, winemaking was pretty basic. The basic rules was cleanliness. My father was very particular about everything had to be hygienic, everything had to be as clean as we could possibly make it. We certainly didn't have the cleaning mechanisms we have today, but everything was kept solidly clean. Sulfur levels were always, we did test for sulfur. We used total sulfur only, and our total sulfurs were always kept quite high. So this is something, I guess, in the years gone by, we managed to do, with better controls, we'll be able to get our sulfur levels down, but certainly in those days, sulfur levels were quite high. But it was a very, very different existence. For example, the people who worked here, a lot of them rode their bikes to work from Stawell, which is about 12 kilometres away. All little things which we just don't consider. Our roads were quite good, but things were a lot more primitive. Transport was limited, telephone was limited, everything was limited compared to what it is today.